Kaduna North to work, and then you meet these people, and then that mindset
is there.
It's there. Okay. So it starts from us.
The gentleman with the black tie, please.
Okay. My name is Senator Irebu, publisher of Global Sentinel, a online magazine that deals on conflict issue. But I want to align with Chris.
There are two Chris's, by the way.
Chris Ngodo, my friend, that one of the critical challenges or the issue is this identity politics. And if you look globally right now, it's a problem not in Nigeria, but all over the world. Before, when migrants go to Europe, it's not much of a problem because Europe were wealthy then. Like he noted, the population is increasing and the resources is getting scarcer. So now how do people begin to know who gets what? They begin to go to their identity enclave. But what is at the core of this is the failure of the state. The failure of the state to build a cohesive either unity or manage our diversity. Are we a federal system or are we a unitary system? We will not be able to answer this question. And that is what at the core of this. And each component begin to take laws into their hands.
The gentleman in white.
I'm Lukman Akintola. I'd like to say that first, intolerance breeds hate speech. And because we all have our differences, if we are unable to tolerate ourselves, there are a lot of hate speeches. And if you follow the Yaga report that was released yesterday, ahead of next election, there are already issues of hate speeches running around. But we need to understand that the structure, our society, I don't know why I want to fill a form and they will tell me I should put my state of origin. It's a major problem. That's a structural problem that beats division amongst us. And I think it's what that needs to be addressed. And we still need to address the issue of media framing of reports too. Okay. The way we frame our reports is very important, and it shows how long conflict can linger on in our society.
Okay. He raised a few important topics. Can you take the mic to the back down there? And I will just engage the panel very quickly before we come to you. He raised a number of issues of around basically where you live and how that sort of translates. These are issues for you in Kaduna, are they not?
Very, very true. Very, very true. It is true, that is the issue. That's a big problem in Kaduna. If you go, people live across the divide. Some who live in the Barna area, majority of them are Christians, and then what they call is across the bridge. She knows that very well. So in 2007, the state government the legislature passed the Peace Commission bill, which established the Kaduna State Peace Commission. Now, one of the mandates of this Peace Commission is to be able to sit down with all the stakeholders in the state to see how they can reorientate people and see areas where they can ensure peaceful and harmonious coexistence amongst people. In addition to that, what the state government also did is that we reintroduced the issue of the boarding school system, which has completely left our society. My mom went to, I'm from the southern part of Kaduna, Zone 3 Senatorial District. My mom, many years ago, went to school in Soba Zaria. But it wouldn't happen in today's world. You wouldn't find somebody from Zaria sending his child or ward to go and school in Kaguru. Okay.
I want to see if we can get into a conversation about whether there's a chance we can self-correct. So maybe we should wait and take a break, and then when we come back, we'll carry on. Okay. Don't go away.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back. You are watching The Core. With only a few minutes to go before the end of the program, I'd like to come back to this panel very quickly, starting perhaps with Prof. Do we stand a chance of actually reversing these issues? What can we do? Quickly, solutions.
Of course we can. I just come back from a week of intensive training of our defense forces, all of them, and we're looking at a new security architecture that interrogates some of these social, cultural, religious issues, but also fully aware of the dimensions of the implications for sustainable development area. You know, I talked about agriculture, and I mapped population on top of it, but I haven't mapped migration pattern on top of it. We're only about 48% in the urban. We'll be 75% in 2030.
So solutions.
So in terms of solutions, now we're going to look at new architecture that would actually engage, do more talking, do more community policing, do more connection with the vigilante. There are many more things we have to connect with so that the culture of violence, which begets violence, recedes.
Okay. Gary?
I think we need to look at the root causes. A lot of times we're looking at enabling and building capacity or responding through the security agencies. Education is there, we're not addressing it. Unemployment is there, we're not addressing it. We need to define what education is to us. Is education reading and writing in English, or education ability to reason logically and understand the implications of your action, even if it's in your native dialect?
Would you like to see a larger budget, when you move money away from, say, defense?
It doesn't have to be that.
And security,
yes,
to
naturally you
education
spread across, but it shouldn't, I don't think we should limit ourselves to English. That's just it. I think we should go back to the basic. What was it that we had that kept us going in the 60s, in the 50s, and reignite that? Even agriculture, if we're talking agriculture, how do you make agriculture attractive and sustainable for the younger generation so that they plug into it? Because everybody can get a white collar job.
How are you dealing with this in Kaduna? Because we can talk to you from a practical point of view because you are in government.
In Kaduna, instead of looking at it on the surface or scratching the surface as has been the case, we have decided to look at the root cause of this problem. Like I said earlier, we identified unemployment as one of the key issues. So as part of our state development plan, we have set up what we call the Kaduna Investment Promotion Agency, which has tried...
So employment, yes, I have to rush you because I have to...
We have the issue of employment, drug abuse. We've set up agency, drug abuse to try and resolve the issue of... And then a conversation that we must have is the issue of indigenous settlership in respect of land.
You are trying to abolish that,
yes, in Kaduna, but if it's a conversation that we need to have as a country, because we need to have it at the top.
Chris, you have the final word, and you've got about a minute.
A minute, fine. So we need economic growth, because all of this is easier when there's food on the table and people feel that their material circumstances are changing. We need a strong law and order approach that punishes crime as crime, not as activism by religious or ethnic groups. Kaduna became segregated over the years because people ran away from places where neighbors killed their relatives. So you need to punish crime as crime. We need a restoration of local governance. There's no governance outside of state capitals. We need a restoration of local governance that delivers on social deliverables, education, healthcare, access to good infrastructure, that sort of thing. Things that give people's life meanings. Absolutely, it's possible. Absolutely. You need the right leadership to do that. We need the right leadership to do that.
Okay, so it all boils down to politics. I'm afraid we've run out of time. I thank my panelists, the two Chris's, Kemi and Prof. Thank you so much for coming. The studio audience, I'm sorry I couldn't get to all of you. It's the nature of the beast, I'm afraid. The clock just ticks really quickly. And for those of you at home, thank you so much for joining us. On behalf of Channels Television and Daria Media, I'm Kadria Ahmed, wishing you a happy 2019 in advance.